Hi guys, this is Athulya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, as the topic suggests, is pretty interesting, and who doesn't want a great package in life, right? So in this video, I'll be sharing a little about myself, my background, and how did I land up with a 20 plus package, and what all things have I learned during my journey. So first things first, I am a very regular person just like you. I do not have any fancy degrees from IITs or IIMs. Now, if I talk a little about my educational background, I am an IT engineer who has done her MBA in human resource management. Currently, I am working as a human capital consultant within the digital HR space here in Perth, Australia. I moved here about 3 months ago. Back in India, I have worked for leading IT companies in both technical and non technical roles. And post my MBA, within a year, I was able to grab offers with great packages. And during that journey, I have learned a lot of things, and that is what I intend to share with you. Now, am I trying to boast about it? No, that is not my intention. So, all those years while I was doing my engineering, my 2 years in TCS after engineering, during my MBA, and a little after that, all those years I felt that 2025 plus package is something very difficult and I'll not be able to do that. But when I did it, I started feeling it is achievable, and if I can do it, you can too. And of course, it requires patience, it requires a lot of efforts from your side, but eventually you will get there. So, before we start, I would like to discuss certain things. First one, who is this video for? So, if you are a college student, focus on your placement. That is the best shot. I'll definitely prepare a video on how to stand out and get placed in your 0 day. I'll do that soon. And if you belong to a not so great college, then what you can do is you may try and apply to the positions, keeping in mind the pointers which I'm going to share in this video, and eventually you will get there. Second, 20 lakh plus package. So 20 lakh, that's just a figure which I wanted to achieve at that point in life. Yours might be different. You might want to just get 10 lakhs, or you might want to get 30 or 40 lakhs. It may or may not be your first or second or third job. So let's keep in mind the fact that the viewers of this video belong to different categories, and there'll be certain points which are more relevant to you than the others. Third thing, now, is this going to be some sort of a magic tonic which is going to give you results overnight? No. The simple answer is no. This is going to take time, efforts from your side, and patience, definitely. But if you're willing to do this diligently, I promise you will be there sooner or later. So now, take a notepad, a pen, and start jotting down the points. Let's get started. I have divided the strategy into 3 different sections, which I call as PPE, which is plan, prep, and execute. Now, let's move on to the first section, which is plan. The very first thing which you need to do is you need to understand what sort of roles are you interested in. And you need to make a list of those roles that you are interested in. Now, don't make a huge list, and these roles should be in line with the skills and qualifications that you have, and definitely your interest as well. So once you have a list with maybe 3 to 5 roles, you need to go through the job descriptions of these roles. You need to read through the job descriptions and again make a list of the skills and qualifications which are being asked for those specific roles. Now, when you have a list of those skills and qualifications, try and put them into two buckets, which is must have skills and nice to have skills. Now, the must have skills are something which you ought to have if you want to apply for that particular position. And nice to have skills are those which, even if you don't have, it is fine, and you will eventually learn once you get into that sort of a role. Of course, nobody knows everything, right? There are a lot of things which you learn when you start working in that particular role. So you have those two buckets. Now, next thing what you need to do is you need to see if you have those skill set or those skills or not. The ones that are there in must have, you need to have them. Now, comment below the roles that you are really interested in. This will help me understand my audience better, and I'll be able to make videos specific to the roles you have mentioned to help you better. Now, for a more focused and advanced level of crowd, along with the roles, you can also make a list of companies that you want to be a part of. Now, this is your planning work. The next phase is prep. Now, this is the most important phase in this entire strategy. And so, I request you all to listen very carefully and note down all the points which are important and relevant to you. So, the very first thing is build the skill set. You have the list, you know what are the must have skills, start building it. Enroll for courses, do certifications if that is required, learn from YouTube videos, read books if that is required, talk to people, have mentors and coaches if that is required. Make sure that knowledge-wise you are top-notch. Now, there are certain niche skills which are high in demand, and that will definitely help you grab better packages. But again, you are the best judge of what skills you want for the roles that excites you. And this is definitely going to be dependent on your background, your interests, your qualifications, and all of that. The second thing is build your LinkedIn profile. I'm going to talk about very basic things which anybody can do and have a good LinkedIn or professional online presence. So the very first thing is the profile basics. You need to have a very good display picture, a professional display picture. Emphasis is on the word professional. The second thing is your tagline and your about me section. Now, if you have experience, mention your experience in more detail. And the fourth thing is the skills. Definitely put the skills which are required for the roles that you are looking for. Now, I'll be creating more videos on building your LinkedIn profile and optimizing it. So stay tuned for that. And if you like this content, if this sort of content excites you, do hit the thumbs up button. The next thing is like the companies that you aspire to be in. Read their posts, read about their culture, and note down the things that excites you. So, say for example, you read a certain article which fascinated you, and later when you got a chance to be in the interview for that company, and if you actually talk about it, you have no idea how amazingly they'll be impressed. The third thing is write posts and articles relating to your field. Start posting content on a daily basis. Okay, who am I kidding? That's not easy for you, right? It's not easy for a lot of us. And in that case, what you can do is comment. Comment on others which write content which excite you. यार comment तो कर ही सकते हो. That's very easy, right? Now when I say comment, don't write wow, nice post. कुछ थोड़ा depth वाला, because I'm assuming that now you have also read and you know certain things in your field. So similarly, you comment. The third thing is network with people. Now, people who are there in the roles that you aspire to be in, send them connection requests, build conversations, and network with them. Just having them as your connection is not enough. Build conversations. You need to comment on their posts. You need to ask them questions by directly messaging them. Ask them to mentor you. Ask them to guide you. You can do all of these. Of course, not everybody is going to reply, but there will be at least a few people who will help you. And trust me, that's gonna do wonders in your journey. And eventually, when you have good connections, you can ask these people to refer you in those companies that they are working for. That is one. Secondly, if you ask a lot of very good questions, that person himself or herself might feel that this guy or this girl, if joins my team, it would be great. So that person is directly going to approach you. That also happens. Unbelievable, right? This has happened to me, and I'm sure if it can happen to me, it can happen to you as well. Now, I'll make a detailed video on how to approach people, what are the things that you can ask, and how to write a very good connection request soon. So stay tuned for that. The fourth step is create a compelling resume. So, did you start making your resumes? Okay, check out the video that is there on the I button, and I'll also put the link in the description. After this video, you can take a look at those videos. They'll help you and guide you to create one compelling resume. Now, the resume that you create by looking at those videos are going to be a basic draft. But for every company, every role, you need to personalize your resume before sending. You need to make sure that you have the keywords that are specific to that particular role. Yes, you have to take that effort. You need to do that. Now, the fifth point is create a profile in the careers page of your dream companies and upload your personalized resume in those companies as well. Now, with that, we come to the third phase, which is execute. You have the skills in place, you have a great LinkedIn profile, you have a compelling resume, you have a network which is going to help you land your dream company. Now, this is why I said prep phase is the most important. Now, when you have these connections, I'm assuming that you have had good conversations with them. So eventually, after some time, you can directly ask them if they have an opportunity for you and pop in your resume to them, to your connections. That is one. Second, you can directly contact the recruiters and pop in your resume to them as well. Third, start applying for the jobs. Now, when you apply, make sure that you are personalizing your resume to that role for that company. That is very important. And do not have a lot of fancy things because then it will not clear the ATS. Now, keep on doing this, and one day your friends are going to say, congrats. So I have followed these exact same steps, and these have helped me land multiple offers with more than 100% hike as well. Now, if I can do it, you can too. I am no different. I am a very normal person, just like you. The second thing which I'd like to mention before closing is, for me, LinkedIn worked. And LinkedIn was the only platform wherein I did all of this. So it worked pretty well for me. I was able to grab offers from Indian companies as well as overseas. So, but for you, it might be different. You might want to invest time in more platforms as well. That's completely your choice. And third thing is, when you do all of this, try and keep a note of everything that you do. Make a checklist, start ticking on a daily basis, request sent to 5 people or whatever are your targets. Start small, but start keeping a note of everything. And trust me, it's not going to happen in one day. but your daily efforts and consistency will work to give you compounded returns soon. Now, these are all the steps which are relating to making you discoverable in the market and getting that interview opportunity. Now, soon I'll also be making videos on how to crack those interviews, how to get the desired package. So, I hope that you are learning and liking the content. If so, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel because there is a lot that's coming through, and of course, share it with your friends and family. Let's believe in collaboration ताकि सबका भला हो. So, with that, we come to an end. And thank you for sticking to me till the end. And I completely understand and respect your time. And I promise I'm going to bring more helpful content in the upcoming videos. So, if there is anything specific that you'd like to know, mention them in the comments below or DM me on Instagram. It'll help me understand what your needs are, and that'll help me connect with you even more. So, thank you. This is Athulya Nair signing off. Ciao.